Hello students, my name is Liz Attia and today's topic is feminism. Okay, so feminism, what do we mean by that? Well, feminism is a critique of society based on the inequalities that exist through gender roles and assumptions. It's about women demanding equality. So whilst our post-structuralist and modernism theory focused on power relations, those who have power and those who don't, feminism focuses on gender roles and gender inequities based on gender, male and female. So feminist researchers argue that research has always been concerned with men and women. It's always been focused on the interests of men, and yet the outcomes are generalised to the whole population. And areas of women's concerns such as care and reproduction have been historically ignored and devalued. And value-free research results in sex-blind research and distorted representation of women. So it's either gender neutral or sex-blind, ignoring the particular interests and needs of women, and they are different from men, or else devalued. So feminist ethicists argue that traditional ethical frameworks are male-dominant by nature. They don't give enough importance to the importance of care as opposed to rationality, the importance of relationships with others as opposed to individual autonomy, and the importance of communities as opposed to individual rights. So feminist theory tends to then, by virtue of this, focuses on the importance of a nurturing and caring type of environment, on the importance of community as well. So on the whole, feminist ethicists would actually reject the overemphasis on individual rights, on autonomy and rationality. They would reject dichotomies such as reason and emotion, the mind and body, objective, subjective, public, private. They don't require value neutral philosophy, so an absolute standard that in and of itself it's considered to be right. They reject the adversarial nature of moral conflict and talk more about collaboration and consensus. And they stress the significance of empathy, interdependence and caring, and also emphasise the importance of context and the relevance of both politics and power. Well, how might feminists respond to FGM? Well, they would probably assess and assume and make the decision that FGM is abusive towards women and therefore it should be stopped. It causes infection and pain. It reflects a patriarchal, male-dominated society which seeks to force women to be in subjective roles. Therefore, it's unethical. It's related to women's economic value in terms of being married off as a bride, and therefore makes a woman into an object and therefore is unethical. And no form, in fact, of FGM should be undertaken as it inflicts harm on women and continues these discriminatory practices. And women who undergo FGM can't enjoy sexual relations, and therefore it's of harm to them. The benefits of feminism as an ethical theory is that I guess it's brought attention to the importance of caring relationships, of nurturing of emotions and humanity, to moral reasoning, as well as the importance of power, authority, discrimination and context. It's also highlighted the importance of politics as a means of change, so similar to the modernist type theory as well, looking at the context and who the power brokers are, clearly along gender lines. The critique, though, is it probably unjustifiably emphasises emotion and caring rather than logic and reason, rationality. It reinforces women's submission to men by emphasising caring. I guess if you think about it, if the feminist theory talks about women being in subjective roles and the fact that caring and nurturing is undervalued, then really there's a stereotype in and of itself there, in that you're actually saying caring and nurturing is a female characteristic or trait. So you're promoting probably the very stereotype you're seeking to actually eradicate. And the emphasis, I guess, of care is of limited value. I mean, at the end of the day, the caring and the nurturing, whilst important, can't be the major paradigm for the decision that's actually made. And that would be one of the critiques of the feminist theory. Thank you, students. That brings today's topic to an end.